Okay, so we're gonna have a quick read at these Brandish Maiden cards and see what they're about and how they work and stuff. There's so many of them. I'm not really sure when this is coming out. Someone quickly tell me when this is coming out, but I'm very slow to read new cards. I kind of just read them as they come out. I don't really like prepare in advance, but we'll see what they can do. So this is Brandish Maiden Ray. It's a level 4 warrior. Okay, strange. She don't look like much of a warrior, but okay, she's dark. So she's a quick effect. You contribute this special, a Brandish Maiden, from your extra to the extra monster zone. Does that include arrows? Because I don't think it does, because monster zones with arrows pointing to them are just monster zones. They're not extra net monster zones, right? So I mean, that seems really strong still. It's special a guy. If a face-up Brandish Link monster you control is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect while this is in your grave, you can special it. Wow, and it's a quick effect to break, so you can like, okay, wow. So they very floaty, very floaty it seems. Is that all for the main deck monsters? Just one? Okay. Kagari. If this is special summoned, you can target a Brandish spell in your grave and add it to your hand, and it gains 100 attack for each spell in your grave. Okay, so maybe it's like magic bullets where you can use the spells on your opponent's turn. Shizuku. One non-water Brandish Maiden. Non-water brand. I'm kind of confused here. So I guess you can just link someone with each other, I suppose. So monsters in your opponent controls lose 100 attack and defense for each spell in your grave. Once per turn during the end phase, just any end phase, okay. If this card was special summoned this turn, you can add a Brandish spell from your deck to your hand with a different name from every card in your grave. Okay. Well, maybe there's a way to like rearrange the graveyard, or not rearrange, but like shuffle used ones away and stuff. If you control no monsters in your main zone, target one set spell or trap on the field, destroy it. Then you have 3 or more spells in your grave, you can destroy one monster on the field. Is that including? Is that both? Like, can I pop a spell and a monster if I have 3? Then if you have 3, you could... Oh, wow. Fuck me. It's just like a straight up +1. Like, you have 3 spells in your grave. Like, you just activate this, pop a spell, pop a monster. Like, with 1 card. It's crazy. Startup Engage. If you control no monsters in your main zone, add a Brandish card from your deck to your hand except itself. And if you have 3 or more spells, you can draw 1 card. So it seems like this deck is probably going to play like a whole bunch of like filler spells, like just so you can have spells in the grave, like Rota and like Upstart and things like that. You probably play that anyway, but you know, just so you can have like things to put in your grave. Afterburner. If you control no monsters in your main monster zones, target one face-up monster on the field, destroy it. If you have 3 or more spells in your grave, you can destroy 1 spell. So it's basically just a reverse jamming wave. So I mean, it's still pretty good. Eagle Booster. If you control no monsters in your main zone, target one face-up monster in the field. This turn, that target is unaffected by card effects. So trying to see like what the combo was with Kagari here. But, I mean, was it add to hand or... Yeah, adds it to hand. So it's not like you could add this back and then, like, activate it on your opponent's turn. Shark Cannon. If you control no monsters in your main zone, target 1 monster in your opponent's grave. Banish it. If you have 3 or more spells, you can special summon that to your field instead. Okay. That's really strong. Mecha Hornet. If you control no monsters in your main zone, special a Brandish token in defense, but it cannot be tributed. If you have 3 or more spells in your grave, it's time to become... So is this basically just like a free Link monster? Warrior Dark level 1. What do these things require? Just 1 non-fire, non-water Brandish. And this thing makes it dark. So you're... Yeah, this is basically just like a free Link summon for your Brandish monsters. A Mecha Widow Anchor. If you control no monsters in your main zone, target 1 effect monster in the field. It has its effects negated. Then if you have 3 or more spells in your grave, you can take control of it. Okay, it's pretty decent. This deck has like so many like just toolbox like cards. Like just you can just do like so many different things. Like very fair and mediocre things, I think, unless you have like the 3 or more spells. But generally, like, it seems to be a very sort of control-based grindy deck. Once per turn, you can target one other card you control, send it to the grave. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to your spell card activations this turn. During the end phase, you can set Brandish spells with different names from your graveyard to your field. Up to the number of Brandish spell cards activated this turn while this was face up in the field, but banish them. Okay. So I guess this is how you make sure that you don't have the same name in your graveyard all the time. So that's pretty good. It seems a little slow because it does well, once per turn, one other card you control send in the grave, your opponent. Yeah, it's really slow. I don't know if I'd play this. It's like, you need to wait till the end phase before it really does anything substantial. So, it's obviously vulnerable to play Toontable's engine. I think that could work with this deck, actually. Yeah, that's true. Brandish Mechanoid Hercules base. Activate only if you control no monsters in your main zone. The equipped monster can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. Up to 2 attacks on monsters. What does that mean? 2 attacks on monsters. But like, if you attack one monster, then it's dead. But 2 attacks on monsters. So it's basically just attacks twice if there's monsters up. Okay. Don't know why that was hard for me to understand, but it was. But it cannot attack directly. If the equipped monster destroys a monster by its attack while you have 3 or more spells, draw. If this card is sent from the field to grave, turn up 3 Brandish in your grave and shuffle them. Okay. Not bad. Area 0. Target one other card you control, excavate top 3 of your deck. You can add an excavated Brandish card to your hand and shuffle the rest back. If a Brandish card was excavated, send the targeted card to the grave. Wait, what? Excavate the top 3, add 1 excavated Brandish to your hand, and shuffle the rest back. That if a Brandish card was excavated, send the targeted card to the graveyard. But I just added it to I just put it in my hand. Why am I sending it to the graveyard now? I don't understand this card. You can target one other card you control, excavate the top 3. You can add 1 Brandish, shuffle the rest back. Then if a Brandish card was it, send the targeted card to... Oh, right, the original card that you Right, okay, I see. Interesting. So maybe there's like a bunch of stuff that you can play with... it's hard to think. Like, it's just, you need like a lot of filler spells in this deck, I think. You can special, if this card is sent from the field to the grave by a card effect, you can special one Brandish Maiden from your deck. So you can send this to the grave with, I think it's, which one is it that sends? I think it's this one, multi-roll, target what other card you control, send it to the grave. Yeah, so you can like activate multi-roll and send this away. Okay, so overall, it seems like a very strong engine. I don't know if I would play this purely as a deck. I don't think it should function purely as a deck. I think that it probably needs a bunch of other cards for it to function well. And a different engine. I can't think of another engine that would really complement this quite well. It needs another engine that can fill up its graveyard quite easily and fast with various spell cards. Invoked is always obviously the first kind of other engine to think about when trying to combine decks together. But there's normal summons in that deck. I don't think Invoked has a ton of like filler spells that can just get into the graveyard. Maybe like Terraforming. Spellbooks maybe, I think, could work. Because you can clear your main monster zone with Spellbook of Knowledge. So that's quite good, but none of these are spellcasters, so you don't have a way to keep Fate on board. They combo with Yusenju's Spirits and Time Lords. Time Lords maybe, yeah. It seems very tailored to going second. This deck seems very sort of designed to go second with all of its like Afterburner. I think was this the Pop the Monster one? You can destroy monster and a spell if you have 3 or more spells, and then vice versa with Jamming Wave. Brandish Invoke topped up some. Also, yeah, I can totally see it working. I just think there's maybe like a little bit of a better engine to play. 24 spells, Imperial Order. There's definitely room for playing around here. Just the fact that it is quite a small engine, like you probably wouldn't play most of these spell cards. You probably just play like the really good ones. Trying to judge which ones are the very good ones is kind of hard to tell right now, but I think maybe like you'd probably max out on either Afterburner or Jamming Wave. Some of these aren't super great. Like I think it was like Eagle Booster is like, yeah, it's nice to make your guy at towers, but how much is that really helping your plays? Like, I mean, I'm making a 1500 monster at towers. Like, I mean, okay, like if I have 3 or more spells in my graveyard, it can't be destroyed by a Legend. Like, sure. I don't know. It seems okay. I'm sure there's better ways to play this deck, but yeah, if you have any ideas, then do let me know.